Hi, my name is Nina. It's a Wednesday afternoon. It's basically just about 6 o'clock, and I'm going to do a wandering of my area. I live at flat 8, Dens House, Turin Street in Bethnal Green, and I'm going to do a wandering about the restaurants in my area, because I suppose I figured that the way that I actually ended up discovering my area was through exploring different spaces and restaurants and cool places to go around the East End, mostly with my friends actually. And then the trick was always for me to go back to that restaurant and try and find it, and I think that's pretty much how I started remembering places. The first kind of spot or landmark of interest that I'm going to go to is Columbia Road. The first time I went to Columbia Road, I went to a pub, and I'm going to take you guys to that pub, and then I'm going to say a little bit about it. Okay, the first kind of landmark or personal place of interest is called the Royal Oak. It's a really, really special pub, and it's in Columbia Road. I'm standing in front of it now. I remember the first time I came here, I had to meet a girl from school in second year called Anastasia, and she was waitressing at the pub at the time, and I kind of just came inside, and it was the first pub that was really not that British actually, and they had fantastic bread and olives, and we had kind of a drink. I had a gin and tonic. It was just really great, and it was crazy because it was my first introduction to Columbia Road. Okay, so I've come to the second kind of personal interest landmark, and it's an Indian restaurant called Tie-Ups. It's in Whitechapel, and it's quite a special place. I remember the first time that I came here, Crystal had a few friends over from Berlin, and they had just finished shooting a film, and they asked us if they wanted to take us out for dinner because they were staying over at the house. And I kind of pickled along, and I had never been in Whitechapel, and so Crystal took us to this place. And later on I discovered that they kind of won the best Indian restaurant for 2008, and it's quite an experience. I've been back for my birthday, which was in October, and the queue stretches outside the door. You literally queue for 1 hour, and the queue kind of snakes all the way inside the restaurant, and people just kind of keep on eating and keep on doing things. And it's really magic. I think my favourite meal there would be, they do a great paneer makhni. I think they also do a fantastic chickpea and aubergine curry. Normally they've got great naan. Their prices are amazing. You can bring your own alcohol, and they've got incredible desserts. So it's definitely something that's kind of got a special spot in my heart. But you have to be willing to wait out the queue because it's always packed. It doesn't matter which weekday you kind of end up kind of rocking up there. I've just walked past Indo and taken a few pictures there. Indo is on Whitechapel Road, and that's a really, really small but very special little pub. The first time I went there, we were on our way to watch a really good band called the Brood Chorus, and Crystal's friend was kind of working at the bar at that point in time, and so we stopped by and walked in there, and it immediately kind of just struck me how nice this little spot was. It's really beautiful artwork on the wall. It's got a very nice atmosphere. The kind of people who go there are really special. So I definitely recommend Indo for a pint or two. I'm now on the corner of Brick Lane Road and Fournier Street, and my next kind of special personal interest landmark is Raj Mahal Sweets. It's absolutely fantastic. It's my favourite treat. Again, Crystal, my flatmate, introduced me to them. They're these multicoloured Indian sweets that look like fudge, and they taste a bit like fudge, but they're made from chickpeas. And my favourite one is one that looks like a watermelon. So it's all kind of pink and green, and it's in a little slice. So I can definitely recommend a visit to Raj Mahal Sweets. Okay, my next stop is called Story Deli. It's a really beautiful Italian kind of pizzeria, and it's located in the Truman Brewery building. It's just underneath the arch, and it's in the alleyway that takes you to Rough Trade Records, and it's right next to 1001, which is a cafe. They do really, really amazing pizzas. Okay. I'm still in the same alley, and my next recommendation is to have a really good cup of coffee at the Rough Trade East London store. it's always amazing inside. They've got really good records and CDs, and I always enjoy a good coffee and looking at all the things that are new and kind of adding new records to my list of to buy still. Okay, I'm now in front of my final kind of spot. It's my final personal kind of interest landmark, and it's called Britain's First and Best Bagel Shop, and it's right at the top of Brick Lane. I think why I'd always remember this is I was new to the area and I had never been in Brick Lane, and we had just kind of signed a lease for a flat nearby, and I decided to check it out, and my flatmate Crystal was with me, and the first time I went there I had a plain cheese bagel for £1, and then I slowly upgraded to do cream cheese and salmon bagels, and I suppose ever since I've moved in I've just kind of been a regular at the shop.